Meanwhile, the Nigerian government may seek the repatriation of Simon Ekpa following his 6-year prison sentence in Finland for terrorism-related offences. A Finnish court found the Nigerian-born activist guilty of promoting Biafra's secession through illegal means between 2021 and 2024. Charges included involvement in a terrorist organization, incitement, tax fraud, and professional misconduct. Authorities in Abuja are reportedly exploring diplomatic and legal action, or rather option, for his return to face potential charges at home. The big question is this possible? And to help us answer that, let's bring in a lawyer, Ufeli. Evans, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. What are the implications of Simon Ekpa's conviction in Finland for his potential return to Nigeria and facing charges? Do tell.
Well, the Finnish government have already concluded with his trial and have handed down judgment for which they have given their final verdict on his case. He was found guilty of terrorism, incitement, and the rest of that. So, as it stands now, he's going to serve the jail term, except if there is any treaty that the Nigerian government have with the Finnish government for his repatriation to face charges here. But for now, what has happened is that it's gone through proper trial by a competent court of jurisdiction in Finland, because most of these offenses, he committed them from Finland. Okay, and so the appropriate courts that ought to have tried him have done the trial and have found him guilty of the offenses. So he's supposed to serve the term of imprisonment. And I learned that after serving such imprisonment, it is required under the Finnish law that he will be deported and the rest of that. So I think the Nigerian government should allow for him to serve that term. To serve that term over there, then asking for his repatriation to be put under trial again here and the rest of that.
What reasons do you think the Nigerian government might have for wanting to repatriate him back to Nigeria currently?
Yeah, the Nigerian government actually wanted to use him as a deterrent to other would-be citizens who may want to engage or indulge in such. And the penalty in Nigeria for the offense he committed is stiffer. It's stiffer because the penalty is a capital punishment here, which has to do with death. Okay? It will be totally condemned and all that here. But in Finland, it got a 6-year term, which will run based on the pronouncement. But I believe that Nigerian government wanted a situation where even after he served his time of imprisonment, he's going to be within reach. You understand? They do not want to let him go off the hook after he has served the 6 years. I think that is what they are trying to do.
Okay, so
but if he has served the term.
Okay. Yeah, Evans, I was going to ask you, so with his conviction in Finland now for terrorism-related offences, how would it impact the indigenous people of Biafra movement here in Nigeria? Would it affect it at all, even its activities?
Well, it must impact it, because it was from there he was inciting and doing all sorts that he was doing over here. Okay, it was from there he was doing that. It should impact the organization, the larger organization, because what he did was he stood as a representative in diaspora and was giving command and issuing. The Finnish government even went as far as saying that he purchased arms and ammunition and empower some members of the group with those arms and ammunition for which they wreak serious havoc on the nation and the rest of that. That was their findings. Okay, that is their findings. But because I also believe that the reason the Nigerian government is pushing for his repatriation is that by the time he finished the term of imprisonment in Finland, he may not be able. They may not be able to try him and convict him here again because he would have served the time of punishment already, for which you'll be looking at double jeopardy. That's why they're pushing for his repatriation. But if there's no treaty to that effect, that you can have a convict repatriated to be tried in his home country afresh and be charged accordingly.
Okay, so that's one take.
For that.
So that's one take, that if he does serve it and he comes back home, he wouldn't be able to be tried again here. That's double jeopardy, as you say. However, the ruling of the court is not final. He can still appeal. Could it be the Nigerian government are scared of him appealing, and perhaps maybe that's when he could get off scot-free? Do you think that perhaps is their intention, to bring him back home for trial here, where the consequences might be graver?
Yeah, like I said before, several factors several issues are involved in why the Nigerian government wants him tried here. Okay, they want first to make him a deterrent, and then to make sure that he comes under the penalty of the Nigerian law as against that of the Finnish law, which is lighter and all that. So the options of appeal are open, but as lawyers, we are not trained to preempt the courts. If he does appeal, the Court of Appeal over there will look at the issue. With the evidence adduced at the court of first instance, the appeal court will take a decision on the matter. Okay, but whichever way you look at it, either from here or from there, you already have a conviction. Okay, you already have a conviction. Now, what you have are options of appeal, for which if he utilizes all his options of appeal, some persons have argued that there's a tendency for which he may be let off. But looking at the evidence adduced, one is left to just surrender the argument to the court, to allow the court to take a decision as to what it feels is appropriate for him for the offenses he committed and the rest of that. But he ought to have been careful too. I mean, he's not a lawyer, but if he were a lawyer, he would have checked out what the criminal implication was under the Finnish law as regards what he was doing. I don't think he checked that out. And he just feels that being in diaspora gives you immunity from all sorts of, I mean, that his action was not tight, was not neat. He failed to research the status of his actions and the rest of that.
All right then. Ufeli, I want to say thank you very much for giving us your expert opinion on the matter here this evening. Thank you very much.
Very well, thank you.